But all I wanted to say is that
Yeah, we just doxed someone's wedding.
BBC's
Yeah, dude, let's get BBC back. I'm not going to name names, but someone told me to invest in some other coin.
is this me?
Yeah. And then we spent 4 hours explaining this to the client.
Yeah.
It was like searching for Bin Laden in Afghanistan.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we're bringing back the logo quiz, and we have a new segment called Corporate Jargon. But before that, throughout the week, we've got me and Miguel. We have Senny
Yo.
and Ro.
G'day. Boys, this week I got a rare Stay Dangerous. And I was walking to one of my partner's sister's graduation. It was at a bar. I was walking past another bar or a restaurant, and there was a lady standing outside of that. And she just kept looking at me. And I was looking at what restaurant she was at, and I kept looking at her, and then she just kept staring, the Indian gaze, as it were. And then she drops a "Stay Dangerous." And I turn around
Passionately.
and I
Wow.
said, yeah, passionately. And that was the first time I had been given a "Stay Dangerous" by someone who wasn't menacing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I actually appreciate it, but I was on the way. So I said, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. But if you were that lovely lady, please reach out in the DMs. I'd love to actually thank you. And I'm sorry I did not stay around for longer.
I also had one. The one I talked about a few weeks ago at Coldplay. They wrote in. It was a long-time listener, Eva, and her partner, who I've actually met. So it was very awkward that I didn't recognize them. But that's because it was very dark and they kind of stay dangerous to me and then walked off really quickly. So shout out to them for giving us a Stay Dangerous.
So remember, if you see us, mate, give us a "Stay Dangerous." We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to meet you. But this week I've started on the wedding planning.
Wow.
Huge.
That is huge.
It's a crazy thing to say. And so we're like sussing out like venues. And to be honest, I'm like the first out of my friends really to get married. So it's kind of been a bit, I've got to go solo essentially on this. And so I was talking to my mum.
As opposed to what? You were going to get all of us to come help you or something?
No, as in like, there's
Everyone else does the research for you. And
Yeah,
you got
they
a good
just-
starting point.
exactly. They just feed
But
feed
you've
me
been to
the
other
meta.
weddings though. You've been to many other weddings.
Not really many, I would
really?
say. Yeah,
Okay.
not many. I've been to like a couple, but they haven't really been my friend's wedding. They've been like weddings that I've been invited to via the family.
I see.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I haven't really been to weddings. And so, like Mick said, I don't know the venues. I don't know the meta. I don't know, what's good and what's not.
What do you
What's
mean? All
worth
you
it,
need
what's
is a
not.
church, brother. That's it.
That I
Church
have
and a
no-
hall, and you're good to go.
The church part I have no issues with. I think I can find that pretty easily. The reception venue is where I think I'm going to start struggling because of the choices.
Yeah.
And I got to find one that obviously fits the budget. And so I'm looking at these to-do lists and I'm getting a
lot.
little bit worried. I'm getting,
A lot of the items had more than 12 months
Yes,
in advance as well. There's a lot you need to do right now.
so I'll keep you updated on the planning, but right
Surely
now,
the real planning starts next year, right?
I think the real planning starts now.
Really?
Yeah. 12 months plus 12 months out. I think I just need to get the venue sorted and then I'll be chill. I think the rest of, steps,
Before the end of the year.
or at least have a look at around, like, I mean,
Yeah,
have a
wow.
look at some
More things.
small things.
At least you have a venue booked in.
Exactly.
And you know when. That's also.
That's kind of, yeah. All right, bro, keep us updated about your wedding and if we're going to get an invite. I want to talk about my favorite topic, something that I've been previously banned from talking about. But I want to talk about the Hawk Tuah girl.
No, we cannot do this. We had a ban. I think maybe Kush was the ban, but we can't be talking about this woman. She's gotten already more airtime than required
Let
on our podcast.
the man in the big Willy shirt talk about.
Oh,
Hawk
yes, sorry.
Tuah.
Let me address that elephant in the room. Last week, obviously, Miguel, you came back from the Philippines. You got Rose some beautiful, milk sweets,
Still yes, yep.
which I think you've probably finished by now, probably. And then for me, I said I didn't like those sweets. So instead, you got me a t-shirt that says Big Willy on it. And I'm wearing that right now, loud and proud.
Shout out. So Hawk Tuah.
So Hawk Tuah's in the news, Ro. You haven't seen this.
No.
So Hawk Tuah, we finally seen it. We saw the ascent of her fame. We saw the peak of her fame. And now she's on the downward spiral.
Oh, really? What's happened to
So
you?
online star Hawk Tuah girl faces crypto coin criticism.
She's rug pulled, has she?
She did a pump and dump. So she came up with her own crypto coin, which was called the Hawk Digital Coin. And then they launched it on Wednesday, hit a market cap of 490 million. before losing 95% of its value within hours. And apparently there's like stories of people like losing their life savings. And like, this is like,
I mean, I really struggle to feel sorry for these
but this is like
people.
younger people. So it was like maybe they lost $10,000, $20,000 in this crypto like scam.
I've read those posts on like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook of like, I sold my car, got my life savings, put in this into, what is it? Hawk?
Hawk.
$Hawk.
$Hawk.
Put into that and now I've lost it. They're like adding Haley Welsh or whatever, like do something about this, blah, blah, blah.
People are
I thought
saying
they're all
you're
memes. Are they not all memes? I thought they're memes.
I think some of them are real. I assume most of them. Vast majority would
Because
be
who's selling
memes.
their house or their car for like 20
all
G's?
that shit is like a bit fake. But like the younger people who might only have $5,000, $10,000 in their savings. So like they probably still live at home. So it's not like they're going to.
I've got no issues with that. These are lessons that these children need to learn.
That's what I was going to say. It's a lesson to learn.
Yeah, I mean,
Hawk Tuah. Out of all investments you can make in life, Hawk coin.
And at the end of the day, $5,000 to learn a lesson, it's a good lesson to learn and, not a crazy price to learn it.
But what about that career trajectory from Hawk Tuah? Usually your crypto scam comes at least 5 or 6, maybe even longer years, like KSI, Logan Paul. They were at least 5 or 6 years into their careers.
What I've read online, she's on her 14th minute or 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, she's speed running this shit. So there's already people like saying you'll be hearing from my lawyers, blah 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 blah.
I think it's an unregulated industry, crypto.
Is it illegal to pump and dump crypto, or is it just
It's
unethical?
illegal to pump and dump any investment.
No, I think
No,
it's
crypto. Crypto's-
mate. It's unregulated. Like, it's fine.
Who has regulation over crypto?
Exactly.
No, but couldn't you still get them on like false advertising or something?
I don't know.
Maybe not on the investment side, but surely on sort of like like the trust sort of
No,
side of
there's
it.
been literally everyone has pumped and dumped. Every famous
like every
influencer
single
pumped and dumped.
YouTuber.
And no one has faced any charges. They've got backlash, obviously, as they should.
But there's no actual.
But there's no charges, so it's just a quick money grab. Dude, have you seen, speaking of rug pulls, you seen the 9-year-old kid who made 30 G's rug pulling a cryptocurrency?
No.
All right, so let me tell you about this website called pump.fun. And on there,
Doesn't sound like crypto, brother.
Yeah.
no.
Sounds like something I would have looked up in year 9 or year 10.
So pump.fun is honestly the most degenerate website I've ever been on in my life.
Is it like info/.net?
What is that?
It's like it's like Lemon Party. I remember someone got told to look up info/.net. So this is such a mad segue, like in year 9 or 10. And then you go to the page and then it's just two dicks revolving tip on tip on top of each other.
It's not like
Do you think the kids of today know about Lemon Party and
Nah.
what are the other ones?
they'll have their own lemon parties, meatspin.com, those
Meatspin.
the classics of this genre.
Meatspin already sounded sus, but Lemon Party was it sounds innocuous.
You wouldn't assume it's anything.
For the uninitiated listeners, go look up Lemon
look it
Party.
up.
Anyway,
You got to see it to believe it.
Pump.fun, right?
So pump.fun is like you can make your cryptocurrency like that so easily.
You can
right?
create one.
Remember when we wanted to make a cryptocurrency?
We did make one.
We did make
We have
one.
one.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
BBC. I don't want to talk about it.
So TCB wasn't.
I don't know why we did that. Anyways,
Should
whatever.
we shield that anyway?
No, we shouldn't. But on pump.fun, you can make your cryptocurrency in like a minute. It took me a long time to make
BBC coin.
BBC coin. It was a long
Dude,
time.
surely someone's going to try and buy that off us. BBC coin.
How many coins are there? One?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Anyway,
no, there's
we have
we're
one
getting
each?
off track here.
no, there's heaps. There's heaps of coins.
So you can make it instantly.
Yeah. And then basically once the market cap hits like a certain amount, it can then be publicly traded. And if you look at the candlestick graphs of all these things, it's like exactly what happens. It's basically like green, 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 green. And then
suddenly,
you can just see it
massively,
pump back down to zero. And this is happening for every single coin. And so this 9-year-old kid, 9 years old, he made a coin called Quant. And then he was like pumping it up. And because he was 9 years old, everyone was like kind of jumping on it for the fun of it. He pumped it up
But how did he pump it up? What was he doing?
like on Twitter. He's a Twitter
Yeah,
fan,
yeah,
right? He's on
okay,
Twitter,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
buy this coin, pump.fun, quant by quant. And so everyone's buying it. It gets up to whatever he has. And he's on live stream. The thing with pump.fun is you can live stream yourself. And so he's live streaming himself and he's like, oh guys, what's happening? What's happening? As the market crashes. And then he like looks at his bank account because he sold everything, right? And then he looks at it, he's like, nah, and like 30G. He's like, oh, thanks for the 20 bandos. And then basically runs off, right? And then everyone got so angry that they pumped the coin again so that his initial stake would have been worth at the peak 4 million. So he's jumped out at 30K, but they like spited him to do that. No. But then the worst part of it
That's
was
so funny.
he's like 9 years old and everyone's like hating him on Twitter. So he comes back on Twitter and he's like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I really don't want to do this. hey, buy my coin, sorry. And then rug pulled again the second coin
there's
for
no way
$10,000.
that
So this 9-year-old kid,
he's just taking everyone on a ride.
yeah, $40,000, 9 years old.
That's insane. Dude, how did he, dude, at 9 years old, I had no idea. Maybe in RuneScape you were scamming people, but
Yeah.
that was for fake, fake things. This is actual money.
Real money. But Haley Walsh
Should we
is,
actually do this?
BBC's
Yeah, dude, let's
around.
get BBC back.
be honest, if you could rug pull, would you?
What are the?
I don't think I could.
I wouldn't.
don't
What are
think I could.
the criminal implications?
I'd be scared of the ramifications.
No
People coming to,
ramifications.
secret men following me and trying to bash me and shit.
I wouldn't. Would you?
Nah.
You
not-
sure?
Nah,
'Cause-
the morals will kick in.
No, the morals will kick in. I wouldn't pump and dump for sure. But I am interested in Haley Welsh because I feel like now that's a slow descent into anonymity.
I think she
sure.
was online defending herself, saying that no one in her team has sold any of the blah 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 blah.
Mate, this is the classic handbook of pump and dumps. But the thing is, there's these companies now which can like track. They go through the blockchain and they track it, like which goes through this wallet to this wallet, this wallet to this wallet, and then eventually you figure it out. But
Yeah, because there was some a couple of years ago that KSI was promoting because he got really big into crypto and stuff. There was one he was promoting for a while. I think it was Luna. He was big for ages and then just crashed all of a sudden. And yeah, all these people looked into his wallet and all this and all that.
yeah, the CoffeeZillas of the
Yeah.
world.
And they figured out he didn't pump and dump. He was just stupid.
Oh, really?
He just believed in something that crashed.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
So
that.
he's an honest man.
That's
stupid,
even worse, low-key.
stupid, but honest man.
Right now,
How's
Yeah.
your crypto wallet, right?
crypto's pumping. I bought $7,000 ish worth of crypto like
Many years ago.
many moons ago.
No, I remember recently you reinvested more, no?
Nah. I honestly haven't bought
Haven't
anything
touched
since
it.
like 2021 maybe. But it's doubled in value. So I'm sitting on like 14 grand there or thereabouts. I wish I invested more. I remember having discussions with you guys in like 2016 in uni, and Bitcoin was like $15,000. And we
What do we say? Too expensive.
Yeah. How much higher can it go? Meanwhile, it's now
Hit the mythical
100
100,000
160. Yeah, that's USD. We're talking 15,000
Sorry, yeah,
AUD. It's like hitting 160,000 AUD.
AUD. Yeah.
And again, here I am sitting. How high can it go? Am I doomed to repeat myself? But
Yeah, and then we always do the classic thing. Let's find the new Bitcoin. Let's
Yeah.
find something, and then we invest in all these bullshit
Ripple.
ones. Yeah, fucking our friend Rohan ages ago told us to invest in Stellar Lumens or something.
Okay, I didn't buy into that.
No, and
Neither did I.
I was not even in that conversation. One of you guys came up to me and said, "Oh, we were talking about this coin, blah, 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 like invest in it." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck it, whatever." Put $100 in. It's been sitting at like $50 or like $20 for the past like 5 years. Only now has it finally got back to $100. So I've broken even on that.
yeah, after how many years of
Jesus
sitting in the bank?
Christ! But
Sen, you're out.
Unrealized losses for years.
yeah, but now I'm even. Said he's out, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't believe in crypto.
You know the reason why I'm in and I invested so heavily? I mean, $7,000 is like nothing relatively. But
All right, money bags.
no, the only reason I invested that much is because Sen was like, one day we'll get a house deposit with the crypto. And I sat there and I thought, you know what? I will get a house deposit.
I was in on crypto until I'm not going to name names, but someone told me to invest in some other coin.
Is this me?
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I know this person. They own this coin.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you know what? Let's go. So I bought in.
No good.
Within, I reckon, a month or two, that one had
Tanks?
crashed as well. Yeah. And that was the last time I was
Was
so
it
over
a
crypto.
small or big investment into this? How much did you trust Rose's word?
Probably
You
wasn't
put
much.
$500.
I think it was five. It actually
Yeah,
was. I think it was either 500
that's-
max 1,000, but still. I'm like, fuck this. So I sold out just buy ETFs now only. Just stick to my ETFs.
Boring.
Yeah,
I
boring.
reckon, Sen, genuinely,
I'm not getting back into crypto.
this is not financial advice. But I-
Now we sound like every other podcast that is out there with just guys just talking about crypto who
Look,
have no idea what they're talking about.
no, I don't know inherently why it's going up and why it's going down, but I'm here to ride the
Yeah, 'cause
roller
there's
coaster.
no value. There's no inherent value there.
But I'm saying when people zig, you got to zag. So right now,
So right now, I should be getting out of crypto.
should be-
Because
you
right now, everyone's going in.
exactly, sell it off. But wait for that crash and then just jump back in. Just jump back in.
Man, I'll just stick to my 8% returns on my VDHG.
Now I'm here because what if one day we need crypto? That's what I'm living off. One day it might become so quintessential in life, or
Yep.
it might
Like,
shoot
cash
up
it.
in value, etc. And I'm like, I don't want to miss out. And I've got peanuts in it, realistically. But in case it shoots to the moon, I'll be at the outskirts of the moon as well.
Man, cash is king. You really think the 1%, the billionaires are going to just let us stop using cash?
Is it crazy? We're losing money, like with credit cards and all that, just quietly.
What?
Have you ever thought about this?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So if you, like, for example, you pay with a card, you pay $100, the bank gets 1%, and then the shop gets $99. And that shop will use their $99 to go to another shop. Another dollar goes to the bank, and everything keeps dwindling.
What?
You mean in terms of like
transaction fees?
shit? Yeah, fees and charges.
Do you get what I mean?
So you're saying the bank makes a cut on everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that.
Isn't that just crazy?
Nah, as in like,
We're all
I mean, I've
losing
never
money.
thought about it, to be honest.
I've been thinking about it a lot recently.
Why is that?
and
I might move to a I've done nothing about it.
yeah.
But dude, maybe I'll start carrying cash around.
So you're saying if you use cash, then the bank doesn't win. You're saying the little guys win.
The bank
shop
wins
owners
less.
win.
The bank wins less.
Okay.
That's why everyone's pumping cash, bro.
I
As
would.
in, use cash.
Speaking of stupid charges, so if you went to event cinemas, right? So if I bought it online, they still charge you a $7 booking fee or like service fee. Fine. So if I go in person and still buy it, they still charge you that service fee in person.
I would say there's more of a need to charge them a processing fee when you're in person.
Yeah.
Then why are you charging me online then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they got to buy the software to sort out the.
What a
Online
bullshit system
system.
that is.
Yeah, that it's a bit of a joke. But why did you buy? Who's buying movie tickets in person? I've never done that.
I looked it up online recently. It came up on Reddit. Someone was complaining about it. And I knew the online one, but I didn't realize in person they also charge you as well.
Yeah, I would have thought that the in-person one they charge you, in the online they just,
What a load of bullshit. Sorry, you were going to say something about the crypto.
No, I've had enough of crypto.
Okay.
But I'm saying I don't like the idea. I'm happy to let the banks win because of the convenience of just using my phone to tap everywhere.
But now we're spiraling to cost of living crisis because the banks have all the money and all this and all that.
I don't know. I don't know enough without this to say.
Created our own problem.
Or if you start bringing back cash, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that.
I don't remember the last time I had physical cash. I had a few shrapnel in my car.
I don't know the last
I
time I've
have
had
notes.
Australian cash. I always have overseas
Yeah.
cash. Australian cash I haven't dealt with in.
Actually, I don't remember the last time
Eons.
I paid with cash.
At a market somewhere?
But even markets here take card.
No,
Most
they all
even
take
like
card.
small people have these little squares or whatever.
Even the homeless people have the squares.
No, they don't.
Yes, I swear I saw a homeless
There's
guy.
no way this
There's
guy's
a guy on Pitt
begging
Street.
with a square.
Pitt Street near the Wynyard Station, like tunnel.
Yeah.
There's a guy who has a square. I swear to God, a homeless guy with a square.
I think the square works out of his favor than in his favor.
Yeah, he's probably losing more there.
No, if you got a square, bro, I don't need to give to you. Surely.
I'm saying I'd give it to him because I just respect the hustle. Have you seen the homeless guys who are selling the big issue?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? I've recently made a pact to anytime I see a homeless guy selling a big issue, I'll buy the big issue because the big issue is like they buy the big issues for $4.50 and they sell it for like $9. And if they don't get the money back at the end of the day, like they can return it and get the money back. So it's like instead of just sitting and begging on the street, they're like hustling a little bit. So I want to show that I support these homeless people who were trying to make
Do they have
living.
squares?
They don't have squares, but I saw a guy in the big issue and I had already made this promise. Every time I see someone selling a big issue, I'm going to buy a big issue. And this guy was on the thing and I didn't have any cash. So I was like, hey, I asked him like, do you take card? Right? And he's like, no, I don't take card, but I do pay ID. And so I sent him $20 on the pay ID. So there's homeless guys, I don't know about the squares, but they got KIDs, I'll tell you that much for free.
So you heard it here, folks. If you know any homeless people, Ro has promised that he will buy off every single one of them.
Yeah, I will. If I see a big issue, guy selling a big issue or a woman selling a big
Sorry,
issue.
I don't think we said a big issue. So it's just a magazine.
I didn't even want the magazine.
Yeah, what's in the magazine?
I've never once read a big issue.
The big, it's literally just a news.
The big issues.
Yeah, it's just like
it's
a
like a
publication.
news.
Is there any small issues in there, you reckon?
Sorry, not news. It's not like breaking
No,
news.
it's
just
social
tabloid
issues.
information.
yeah, articles and
Salacious rumors.
no, it's not. It's a good publication. It's a good charity. You should actually support it.
Is it? I swear it's backed by like one of the Murdoch press or some shit, isn't it?
Why is everything conspiracy? I don't know who it's backed by. All I read was that these homeless people are trying to make a good name and a good living for themselves, and I respect it.
Well, our friend Rohan was saying that some of them even do the hustle. So you know how you said if they return the big issues that they don't sell, they get the money back? So some of them say, I'm selling a big issue, but look, if you don't want the book, just give me money. Like I'll sell you one of the big issues, but I'll keep it. So I'll double dip. So I'll get the money for it and then I'll go return it and then get my money back as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't hurt you.
Surely you do that, right?
What do you mean?
Then you buy the big issue. If you don't give a shit, just give them back the magazine.
I didn't take the magazine.
Oh, so there you go.
Play on.
I didn't care about the magazine.
You don't want to read the big issue?
No, I don't.
You don't want to read your 12th copy of the same one?
Nah, there's one that comes out. It's a monthly edition.
But I don't have any. I was never going to read it, so I'm like, what's the point of me taking it and wait? This guy can double dip. He gets $20 from me.
No, but it's a good in
$4.50 from his
service.
money.
It's an exchange.
Yeah, it's the backbone of democracy. And
Correct.
capitalism. You got to exchange.
No issues.
What are your thoughts on when you go to, for example, I went to Cotton On like a couple of weeks back, and then at the till there was like, do you want to donate $2 to help?
No, that
Insert issue.
I've got. I don't know where that money's going. You know,
You know the biggest grubs? With the fucking Woolworths are the biggest grubs. Like, oh, you want to round up your things for 34 cents.
even Macca's does it as well.
And I'm like, you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Fucking why do you want my 30 cents, bro?
Are you saying Cotton On? Are you rounding up?
I don't
I don't
buy
round up.
into it because they don't even tell you what. They're like, do you want to give $5 to help mental health? And I'm like,
Mental health.
in theory, I would.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
nice thought.
But like, how, what, who? Like, there's so many questions for the till when I just want to buy a pair of shorts, brother.
Yeah.
So don't accost me and make me feel guilty there when I'm in a place of no power.
Yeah, it's like those people. Like every celebrity has a charity, and then you actually look at their annual reports. It's like, oh,
It's just a tax. It's
Yeah.
tax minimization, as you would say, bro.
it's like 20 cents goes to the charity, like goes to the people in need, and like 80 cents goes to administration fees.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not for
like
profit,
very,
mate. It's not for profit.
Yeah,
That's because they're trusts. So they have to distribute any income that they have. So of course they're not for profit because legally by the structure they can't have a profit. You know what the other biggest scam is? Similar to the Cotton On, but when you go to Grilled and they give you that little bottle cap,
Yeah, what's that bottle cap about?
they give you a bottle cap and
What's
then they
wrong
just
with
give
that?
you a decision. So there's 3 charities. Which one are you going to support? And then there's like the jars with all the 3 charities, and then they have like a little blurb of what each one is.
Yeah.
I'm a coward. I just go for the one with the most amount of bottle caps already in there. But the one in Rouse Hill, it was like one to help like homeless people. There was one to help. Oh, it was the local primary school, like Rouse Hill Public, and then there was one called Sikh Sports. It's a Sikh sport club for like Punjabi people,
yeah.
and they had the least amount. So. And then I'm like, I feel like you guys are probably well off. You guys can, get your funding in other ways. Primary school, whatever, get government money. So I gave it to the homeless people.
I recently heard that Grilled. I thought it was like if the homeless people win, they get all the money. I think they distribute it just ratio
is that
wise.
how it works?
So if
Yeah,
you,
surely, right?
Yeah.
Surely it's not like tough luck you didn't win the vote.
so I think if you like the Sikhs, just give them a vote and let them have a little bit more money. So it's like a
I thought it was just
ratio.
winner takes all.
That's what I thought initially as well. It's just a Hunger Games situation for the charities.
But isn't that? I don't know. I think that's a bit better than the Cotton On at least, because at least you have a choice and you're not paying any extra for it.
No, they're the ones paying,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that's good.
But it's weird that they're still putting you in that position where I have to choose between one of 3.
Yeah, they haven't made it very clear that everyone gets a little something, not winner takes all.
yeah.
All right, boys. Last quick one for this before we finish. I think I'm getting scammed, or in the process of getting scammed.
All right.
Mm.
So, have you guys heard of a website and a service called Blessings from Africa?
I have, yeah, I've seen this.
So,
Is this what I think it is? No, go explain.
it is exactly what you think. You would have seen it on social media,
Yeah,
but
I've seen it.
you can essentially pay these group of African men to shout out or wish a birthday message for someone you know. So for one of our friends' birthdays recently, I saw someone else on our Instagram put up, it's a shout out, Dinesh from our soccer team, did it for his girlfriend. And it was these like 8 scantily clad African men wishing his beautiful girlfriend a happy birthday. They kept calling her sexy, and they had a photo of her like kissing and stuff.
How did I get the photo?
You send it in.
Okay.
So I died laughing. And then obviously our friend's birthday was coming up, and I'm like, to my other friend, I'm like, we got to do it. We have to do it. So then I went onto their website, and dude, there's so much customization you can do here. You can get them to write whatever message you want on their board, max 15 words. You can enter the text for them to speak. You can get them to play a song in the background. So the songs they offer you are Shakira Waka Waka, which seems a bit on the nose. There's 50 Cent In the Club. There's LMFAO Sexy and I Know It. And then there's Psy Gangnam Style.
Okay.
And then you can give them another song, but you got to pay $8 for that.
Okay.
And then
What's the base without any fit? And without any
so
add-ons?
normally it's $102, but they had
$102?
Base price.
$90, but there was a sale for $56 for
Okay.
base.
What, mate? This is like a cameo, but the cameos are like, I don't know, $50 max. $100 seems heaps.
And then you got to send in a photo, and then there's an option. Do you want them to kiss the photo or not? And I said, obviously, I want them to kiss the photo. And then I chose Psy Gangnam Style. And then in the notes, I'm like, can you please do the Gangnam Style dance with it?
Mm.
And then there was another option of to sing Happy Birthday for them was also another $8.
Yeah.
So in total, this little endeavor cost me $72. And then they said it'll be shipped to you'll get sent it via email in 2 to 3 days.
Mm.
It's been a week. I am yet to see this video. I believe I've been scammed by the Nigerian princes.
Bro's birthday was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe they just got a big backlog.
They got I think they have a backlog, bro.
And to be fair, on Dinesh's story, it wrote that it arrived late. So I assume.
Did you write how late though?
I might message him and ask him how late so I can at least.
Because days, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Weeks, is it not as funny anymore?
If we're here sitting in a week's time and I still haven't got it, then I'm going to officially write it off and be like, I just got scammed.
I love that. How do they think of this?
That's so
it's
funny.
just funny as. And then so.
I mean, it's completely like the person who receives the video can do absolutely nothing with this. Like you get
it's
nothing out of it.
It's funny for you.
It's funny for me as the person giving it to you.
Outrageous.
No, I think it's funny if you receive it as well. I feel.
No, it's like
It's not as funny.
you're just sitting there like, good one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. If it comes, I'd love to see it because I've seen a bunch of those
I
videos.
also would love to see it.
What do you reckon the max price is you can get on one of these bad boys? Like
What do
all
you
the
mean?
add-ons.
Dude, there were so many different options. There's like a fitness team. There's like, you can get a jumbo size photo printed out. It went up to like $150 for like
Yeah,
the base
okay.
level.
So
Plus
there
all the
is-
add-ons.
So there is, you can get really expensive if you were all out.
Oh
on these
yeah,
guys.
if you went all out. It
Same
could
with
be very
Cameo
expensive.
Super, those can get like some people charge like thousands.
Really?
Cameos.
That's a good point.
Like
if you like
Michael Buff or Bruce Buff.
Yeah,
Buff or
I'm not talking like C-list NRL players. I mean, like the big boys on there charge heaps.
yeah.
no, but yeah, those are for at least well-known people. These are just a bunch of like random blokes.
But there's a famous one. These are the OG ones.
Are they competitors? There must be guys popping up. You should just find a competitor.
Should we?
It's not as funny as I don't know. Why is it
Nah,
funny?
nah.
Is it degrading? It feels degrading.
Are there racial undertones in
Yes,
this?
there's definitely
there is.
racial
I
undertones.
definitely wrestled with this for a couple of before I did it. I'm
You
like,
still pull the trigger though.
oh yeah, absolutely, because I decided it was hilarious. But
Yeah.
at the time, I'm like, fuck, am I putting?
What?
No, it's like, am I like kind of supporting these
No,
kind
they're
of racial
well,
stereotypes?
they're
and
doing the business, but I'm just saying. I reckon why it's popped off. There's probably heavily racial tones to it.
absolutely,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is. Not to mention, but then the way I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, at least I'm feeding
That in and of itself has undertones.
the whole village or whatever. Can I also ask, can I put this down as a charity? Can I write on my tax return next year?
Yeah, a little
Can I
write-off.
put this as a
They give
donation?
receipts. They give.
I did get a receipt.
Invoices?
Yeah, that was the one thing. It was a legit receipt I got. So
I think you'll be alright.
that's what I'm holding on to right now.
I think you'll be alright. I don't know. I imagine there's not a whole lot of support system. Like you can't really
There's
raise
no
a ticket.
contact. There's no contact whatsoever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing the logo quiz today. Sen v Migs. You guys got buzzers. I got questions. You just got to answer them. That's Sen's buzzer. And meow is Migs' buzzer.
Shout out Triple Cheese.
All right, question number 1. Spell the popular thong brand Havianas. All right, Sen.
HAVAINANAS. Nah.
Close, but no cigar. Migs, you want to go?
HAIVAINAS.
Also, no bingo.
Whatever.
The
bro.
correct spelling is HAVAIANAS. All right, question number 2.
It's tough.
Name Sony's successor to the Walkman tape player.
What was that?
Name Sony's successor to the Walkman tape player.
Sony.
I thought you said Sonny, our friend from Oztag.
No.
Shout out. Sony.
Sony have a.
Walkman, the Walkman.
Yeah, but what's up? Like,
There's another one.
I thought they died.
I don't know. Is it an MP3 player?
No.
No.
All right. The correct answer is the Discman.
Discman? Ah,
Yeah.
fuck me, Dad.
All right.
Walkman was for the cassette tapes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
true,
shit.
true.
Question number 3. Name the popular hazelnut and coca spread from Italy. Migs.
Italy. Nutella.
Nutella is correct.
Wow.
Which company uses the slogan, "Life could be a dream"?
Such a generic.
Dream chocolate.
No, not dream chocolate.
Mortine.
No,
It's
it's
like 40 wings.
it's
No.
Tats Lotto. Life could be a dream.
Oh, I can hear the jingle, man.
All right. Migs is up to 1-0, and we've had
One
like
out of
7
5.
questions. All right. Next question. What color is Mr. Muscle's t-shirt?
Start guessing. It's white.
It's not white.
Uh,
You want to go,
Red.
Migs? Not red.
Black.
It is orange.
don't worry
No
about
clue.
it.
Still 1-0 to Migs. What is the predominant color of a Boost juice cup? I don't know who went first there. Migs.
Green.
Green is correct. Forbidden fruit, smoothie chews, and sour squirms are all produced by which company? Sen.
The Natural Confectionery Company.
Incorrect.
Starburst.
No, forbidden fruit is produced by the Forbidden Fruit Company, apparently. Yeah, I don't know about that. That feels like it's incorrect, but, I don't know enough. So, we move on to the next question. Score check.
2.
0.
All right, score is 2-0. Next question. Which famous internet site features a puzzle sphere as its logo? Sam.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is correct. Next question. What chocolate-covered candy did Kramer from TV Seinfeld accidentally drop into a patient during an operation?
What did you call it? Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, whatever.
Junior Mints.
Junior Mint is correct. Score is 3-1
Dr. Ass
currently.
Man.
Complete the brand name. Brutes Dash. It's a number.
Oh, it's a number.
It's a number.
What
Yeah,
are you
any
gonna-
number.
what are
the
you gonna
brute
say?
big hits, to be honest, is all I was thinking of. Brute 9.
Incorrect.
12.
No, Brute 33.
What the hell is that?
Fucking what's that?
No idea.
Erlen Brute Haaland.
By what name is the Peninsula and Oriental Steam Navigation Company more commonly known as?
Steam navigation.
Sen. What are you doing?
TomTom, I don't know.
No.
Garmin.
No. P&O Cruises, boys. All right.
I
Next,
didn't get the question.
One of these days, mate.
Next
The old
question.
noggin ain't working.
Liberty, Forester, and Outback are all types of what?
All right, fine. Subaru.
Subaru vehicles is correct. Score is 2-all.
Nah, 3-2.
3-2.
Score is 3-2. Next question. Name Australia's largest off-course golf retailer, which was started in Bendigo, Victoria.
Dude, are you reading these weirdly? Is that just me? Do you
What
not
did you just
understanding his
say?
questions?
It's just the
You
question.
sound like David Warner. You sound illiterate. Can you actually read them properly?
Dude, I think the questions are just so wordy. Like, they're just
Yeah.
annoying. Okay. Next question. Name Australia's largest off-course golf retailer,
Oh, so they're not on a course.
which started in Bendigo, Victoria.
The Drummond Golf.
Drummond Golf is correct. The score is 3-all. Sen's made a comeback. All right, we're going to go first to 10.
All right.
So let's move. What would you have on if you were wearing an Akubra? Sen.
A hat.
The hat is correct. 4-3. Name the Aussie-style steakhouse restaurant that are also in the US. Migs.
Outback Steakhouse.
4-all.
Is that actually Australian? I
It's
thought it was an
American.
American, just themed like Australian.
That's why I'm confused why it's doing well here.
Does it do
It's
well?
American.
I've never even seen it here. How's it doing?
There's one down the road
There's
from
one
you.
literally just here, bro.
Pops off
Does it?
sometimes.
Okay.
Is that next to the Pancakes on the Rocks?
No.
Bro, no.
Never
Just don't worry
mind.
about
It's next to KFC and Hungry Jack's.
Yeah.
You
Score-
can probably dox us if you figure that out.
Score is 4-all. Next up, Cold Rock Ice Creamery includes which Australian Outback landmark in its logo? Migs.
Uluru.
Uluru is correct. Which brand of popular headwear has a kangaroo as its logo?
I actually don't know. A hijab.
No, not a hijab.
Kangaroo as its logo. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Hurley.
Incorrect. Kangol is the right
I was not
answer.
gonna get that.
Which Smith's own snack is known for being dangerously cheesy? Migs.
Cheezels.
Cannot take that. Sen.
Is it tubes?
It's not tubes, it's Cheetos.
Are they owned by Smiths?
Apparently.
Cheetos.
Next question. Score is 5-4. Migs is winning. What would you take an Advil for? Sam.
Headache.
Headache is correct. 5-all. What are the colors of the Microsoft Windows logo? Migs.
Stop fucking looking around. Blue.
Mhm.
Green.
Mhm.
Red.
Mhm.
Yellow.
Correct.
Bang.
6-5. Which brand of scooter has a name that is the Italian translation for wasp? 10.
Vespa.
6-all. Boys and
Good.
girls, we are heading into the final straight. Which brand's logo is a wave washing over a snow-capped mountain? A wave?
How is that even possible?
Don't know. Ask this brand. Pass? 10. All right, Sen's buzzer has to be changed. Unfortunately, it stopped working, so it's now
Technical difficulties.
Ripco.
no, incorrect.
Billabong.
Oh, it's of that ilk. It's Quicksilver, my friends.
Oh, fair enough.
All right, 6-all still. Name the shampoo that contains names of body parts. Migs.
Head and shoulders.
Idiots, of
Correct.
course.
7-6. Which fast food outlet would you be at if you ordered a shaken dog?
No, I actually don't know what shit.
Migs.
Wendy's.
Wendy's is correct. 8-6. The name of which car brand starts with the first letter of the Greek alphabet? Sen.
Oh, Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo is
Good.
correct. Next question. What kind of leaf appears on the Air Canada logo?
Maple.
Maple is correct. 8-all. Oh, wow. We're getting tight here, boys. What are the two colors found in a Pascal's original marshmallow pack? Migs.
Pink and white.
Pink and white is
Too
correct.
slow. Are there different flavors?
I'll defer to the
I-
expert.
Don't think so. I think they're the same.
It's the same. It's all placebo then.
But then if they're making two different batches of pink and white, surely they can chuck in a different flavor.
Maybe.
I would have thought.
Maybe they are.
Apparently, you're right though. It is the same.
They
flavor.
just chuck some dye in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Play
the
on.
difference.
All right. Score is what? 9-8.
9-8.
Okay, here we go. Match point for Migs. Name the car manufacturer that has a stylized S as its logo.
Who's Miguel?
Migs.
Suzuki.
Well done.
Suzuki is correct. Well done, Miguel.
That would be good to listen to.
Alrighty, we're doing corporate jargon today. And so the segment is this. It's corporate jargon that doesn't exist, but we think it should. So we're sick of the classic, we'll circle back to this, we'll put a pin on it, let's take it offline. All this stuff has been done to death. There needs to be some innovation in the corporate world. So we've come up with our own. We're going to tell you what it means, and we're going to ask ourselves, would we actually use this? Alrighty, so I'll begin. Phrase number 1 is hiring a sommelier for a juice box. And so basically, all right, this is the type of thing where you're hiring consultants from McKinsey or something like that from a problem that is so simple, you know?
You're overcooking it.
Yeah, you're overcooking it. Like, guys, we don't need someone from McKinsey. It's like,
It's simple.
it's simple. It's hiring a sommelier for a juice box.
I like it. I don't mind it.
Is this problem coming up enough that I'll use it day to day?
Yeah, this seems a bit.
Or maybe, because if you work at a place where you have different departments, maybe design, research, data, and then everyone's, let's get the design team in. You don't need them.
No, it's too
You're hiring a
much.
sommelier for a juice box, mate.
sommelier. It's too
I think,
wordy.
I
It's
think
a
me
bit too-
spelling it is
Yeah.
going to block me from using it.
No, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't say it on chat. You'd be
Yeah.
saying it in a meeting. That's outrageous if you say it in
Yeah,
chat.
how many M's in sommelier?
I think I'm confident enough to even say the word sometimes, bro.
yeah. But
Yeah, then you have to explain what a sommelier is to
that's
people who
a
don't
problem.
know.
People just don't know what it is.
No, but I think that's the beauty in these esoteric terms, You don't need to explain it because they will feel dumb for not understanding it. You drop in,
You just got to say it so confidently.
you drop in, it's like hiring a sommelier for a juice box. Mate, no one's going to question you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you're right, it is. It is.
Mine is searching for bin Laden in Afghanistan. Essentially, it's an impossible task. So I could be like, we spent 4 hours explaining this to the client.
Yeah.
It was like searching for bin Laden in Afghanistan.
Right? We all know he's lying in Pakistan. Why
Yeah,
would
maybe
you-
that's a double meaning.
Yeah, why would
We're
you be
searching in the wrong place? Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
So not only is it an impossible task, but you're just in all
You're
sorts.
not thinking. You're searching in the wrong spot.
Wrong country. Come on.
Yeah, different emphasis, different meaning.
Oh,
So it's a
dude, I like
multifaceted.
that.
I really like
There's a
it.
bit of versatility here. Nah, I think there's obviously issues with mentioning bin Laden in a workplace.
Man, imagine the administrator's his ping's going off inappropriate speech. Like Bin Laden gets thrown out willy nilly.
And then you can't be typing this one out on Slack. That's sending all sorts of red flags in the IT
Your
system.
account's getting alerted every second, right? It's an in-person only situation.
Definitely an in-person and for the right crowd as well, I feel.
So meeting with CEO, CTO.
No.
Just the
you
team,
can't
just
be.
the team around
Maybe
you.
not even the team. Maybe it's just to the boys and the girls, the fellas, you know?
Play on. All right, my one is a Yoko Ono. So it's anything that comes up that is distracting away from your main goal or your main project.
Yoko Ono.
So, the client has emailed to another Yoko Ono. Right? Let's say you're meant to do this report, right? But then now they're asking for task B, C, and D. And now you can't meet the report. So Yoko Ono, bro, it's getting in the way.
No.
It's too much.
It's a verb. I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is actually one you could use, but
This
I
is
reckon no one would have any idea what you were saying if you didn't explain it. Oh my!
I mean, the Beatles fans would know.
Well, I would have thought that it kind of meant more like it doesn't have any talent, but it's trying to be on the main stage. You know, Yoko Ono went for the song, singing with John Lennon.
It broke the Beatles, man. And these tasks will break your project,
Distracting,
man.
Yeah. Stay on task, guys. We don't want to be Yoko owning all over the shop.
Exactly. It can be a verb. Exactly. It can be anything.
No, I like it. The next one I have is it's polishing a Rolex with sandpaper. It's like getting a junior to do the task that's like the most important one. Do you know what I mean? Oh, mate, don't get James on this. It's like polishing a Rolex with the sandpaper.
Yeah. But I don't know. Does that happen often? I feel like, if you do have a Rolex or a very important task, you're not getting the junior to go do it, are you?
I don't know. Sometimes I've been tasked with things that I feel like are quite important. I have
Above your skill set.
Yeah, I feel like it's things out of your pay grade.
Yeah,
It's out of the pay grade. You can't
It's
be.
there.
It's no good.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like this one's a bit on the nose as well.
How so?
Like it's the
It's
very
too direct,
obvious
you
meaning.
reckon?
Yeah, it's too direct. So if you're on the receiving end, like if that's the person you're talking about,
Yeah.
and they hear you saying it, I feel like that could be some issues with HR there.
Yeah, maybe. But I think if you're junior enough that you can take it in stride, then it's fair game.
Okay, all right. My next one is giving a dildo to a nun. It's just pointless, guys. What we're doing is pointless. We're wasting time here. You got a project with a tight deadline due end of this week, and your team's doing something completely pointless and useless.
They're
Guys,
giving a dildo to the nun.
You guys are giving a dildo to a nun. Let's get back on track here.
I feel like we're losing track of. You got to be able to use this in the corporate world.
No, but then you're really riled up, bro. You're really annoyed that everyone's doing this, bro. You got to really put something out there with emphasis.
Okay, all right. I don't mind it.
All right, next one is a more literal one. It's 9 a.m. somewhere. So there's obviously it's 5 p.m. somewhere, blah, blah, blah.
I like it.
So someone's asking you, why are you working? You want a quick and easy way to tell them first to jog on, but I've got to do work. They're like, why are you still working? It's 9 a.m. somewhere, mate.
I like this. This is actually one of my favorite. This is a subversion of the genre, which I like. But it's not something that I want to be using.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to use it.
It sounds like a nerdy thing.
No, but it's one of those things where you have to do a task, but everyone's on your back. Like, come for drinks. Come for blah, blah, blah. It's 9 a.m. somewhere, mate.
9 a.m. somewhere. I like it. All right, the next one I have, corporate jargon. You're gluing wings to a snail. And so it's like trying to make a legacy system more agile. So for instance, like Combank, mate, they're hiring heaps of scrum masters, but really it's like gluing wings to a snail.
I like
It's
it.
just not going to happen. Slow moving. What's the point?
Okay. No, I reckon I could see good use for this one. But would it? I don't know. I feel like it's only in certain scenarios, certain companies you could use this sort of thing.
It's very about speed. It's the
Correct.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't be using this like at in a hospital or something like that.
No chance. It's just for those legacy companies who are.
I feel like this is tech speak as well.
Yeah, heavily tech speak.
I don't see lawyers using this. I don't see.
It's looking down on other corporations who are slow moving. You know what I mean?
So this is like a condescending one to use.
Yeah, mate. They've got no idea. They're just gluing wings to a snail.
Okay. Don't mind it. Mine is, guys, we're like Indian tourists at Bondi Beach.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's a futile situation. Let's say you've missed a deadline or you're being audited and you know you're about to get absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
We're like deer in headlights, essentially. We're Indian tourists at Bondi Beach. We're going to need rescuing.
Yeah, I think it's more of an SOS call.
It's an SOS. This is up to the senior leadership. Guys, we're in trouble here.
They're sending the bat signal up and they need some help. Fair enough.
Probably can't use this one that much.
No.
Definitely can't. Only certain people can also use this, but I can't use it.
Yeah. I think you got to have a pass to use this one.
Alrighty, my next one is you're inviting vegans to a steakhouse.
Good.
So that's when, you're in a meeting or something and then you want to warn someone. Don't say this question or do this action or say this thing, Don't ask the client that question. You're inviting vegans to a steakhouse. You're creating problems. You're about to create an issue.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't
Because
take
if you
it as
invite a
that.
vegan to a steakhouse, they're going to start to kick up. So if you ask the client that question, they're going to kick up as well.
I took it as you've invited you got the wrong person
Yeah,
involved.
yeah. Don't get sales involved. There's absolutely no
They got
need.
no idea. They wouldn't know what they're doing.
He's inviting vegans to a steakhouse. What's the point?
But that's interesting that you took it the other way.
Yeah.
Go both ways.
So you're saying, mate, you bring them, they're going to cause issues.
Or you can do it afterwards. You know, maybe you're the junior member and the team's in the meetings. Ask some stupid question
Yeah.
that's caused a client issues and all that. Mate, you've invited the vegans to a steakhouse. What are you doing?
Idiots.
I've got a story about this. So someone I knew was working the client relationship. So their client was out in St. Mary's, and their client liaison was like, "Oh, dude, you guys have got to come out to St. Mary's. We've got the best steakhouse in Sydney. They got the best steaks." And they're like, "Sure, okay." So they went out for a client meeting. They went to their office, did their meeting, and then after they went for lunch. So the client took him out to this famous steakhouse. Turns out it was Rachet's. And they all
Are you serious?
They all sit down, and then they go around, and then they're like, "Oh, what do you want to order?" And then they're like, "Oh, well, so-and-so told us to come. He said the steaks here are amazing. I'd love to get a steak."
Yeah.
So they went bang, bang, bang. Everyone from his firm went steak, steak, steak. And
When
then
they look at the price of the steak was $14, that should have raised some alarm bells.
so the 5 of them ordered steak, and then they came to the client, the guy who told them, this place is known for their steaks. Like, "Oh, what are you getting?" He's like, "Actually, I'm getting the chicken." And it's like, "Why aren't you getting steak?" It's like, "Oh, I don't eat steak." So it turns out this guy just heard from someone else about how great the steak was at
Oh my
Rachet's.
God.
And invited these guys all the way out to St. Mary's.
for Rachet's. That's a CLM for sure.
massive.
Unbelievable.
Traveling more than 2 kilometers for a Rachet out of your way, it's too
Huge
much.
stitcher.
All right, the last one that I have is it's like wrestling an octopus in a business suit. And so that's when you have multiple departments, in once, and they're all kind of conflicting with each other, and you're trying to bring them all together. But really, it's like sales, marketing, ops. It's like wrestling an octopus in a business suit.
I think that this is probably the most, I reckon, useful one, because I feel like this is a very everyday scenario where you have different departments wrestling each other.
Yeah, it's all politics. You're all fighting each
It's
other.
universal, I feel.
Yeah, and you're just wrestling them. They're octopus in a business
And it's a
suit.
very harmless saying, I feel. There's no personal attacks or
Racial
inappropriate-
undertones.
Oh my God.
All right, my last one is the ducks have been blown up.
Okay.
So often, corporate speak, everyone says, let's get our ducks in a row, which means, let's get all our affairs in order.
Yeah.
But no one ever talks about after that.
Yeah.
Once you have got your ducks in a row, what happens then? Well, I've said, let's just blow them up.
Okay.
So we've done the task. Project's over. Ducks have been blown up.
Ducks couldn't go free back into the water.
Gotta blow them up famously.
And when you were thinking about this, did this come before or after the Bin Laden analogy?
But I've always wondered, people always say, get your ducks in a row. But for what? What reason?
What does that even?
What's
I
the
never even
real
heard
world
that.
connotations of getting your ducks in a row?
I don't even understand the origins of that one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is.
Do you know, Mix? Get your ducks in a row.
What do people use it as? They use it as...
I've never heard this personally.
You've never heard it?
As in, like, I've never
To
heard.
get your things in order.
Yeah, get your things in order.
So maybe ducks are meant to... no, when they walk in a line, no? Like there's the mother duck or whatever, and then the ducklings are in one uniform line.
I see.
So when they're not in one line, they're all over the shop.
Yeah.
You got to get your ducks in order, man.
That
And then
makes a
famously,
lot of
once they
sense.
walk, they blow up. So,
Yeah,
Or they get run over.
yeah, so they blow it up.
I think the end of that is the ducks have grown up. So we talk about the circle of life.
Maybe we should go eat Peking duck or something. Just
Yeah,
Full circle, mate.
Full circle moment. No, I like it. All right, well, look, that's all we have so far. But if you like the corporate jargon, let us know. We'll do it. Run it back.
You also have any at home that you know that you want people to incorporate. You need a platform to get it out into the corporate world. Let us know.
Send 'em in.
Surface it.
Wow, what an episode. Wow. Let us know if you enjoyed that one. You can always check out our previous episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, etc. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a stay dangerous if you see us, please. We really want to make that a thing. And give us a follow on TikTok as well. And we'll catch you guys next week.